Hey, it's Aran here. In this tech tutorial, my virtual assistant is going to show you how to create and use Google Form. This is important, especially if you want to create surveys or questionnaires, whether it's to collect information and get feedback from your potential customers or existing customers. And also if you simply want to collect information to be able to automate different parts of your business. So I want to show you step by step, or have my VA show you step by step how to create it. It's going to be about 5 minutes where she's going to walk you through really simple terms on how to do that, even if you have zero technical experience. And if you're interested, at the very end, I'm also going to give you some feedback and insights on how you can utilize Google Forms in your business if that's something you're interested in as well. So we'll start with a tech tutorial on actually how to use it. Then we'll go into why you should use it and things along these lines, which are more relevant if you're an online entrepreneur. So with that said, I'm going to turn it over to my virtual assistant, and then you'll come back to me when it's done.
Hi everyone, Rose here. Here's how to create and use a Google form. There are three ways for you to start a new form. So the first way is to go to forms.google.com. Once you're on this page, you will be given the option to add a new blank form or use the templates provided by Google. The second way is to create a form directly from Google Drive. Open your Drive and then on the top left, click New and then Google Forms. The third way is to create the form from Google Sheets. Open your spreadsheet and then on the main menu, click Tools and then create a new form. Now, let's start customizing your Google form. To add your first question, click the circled plus on your tools bar. To the right of the question title, choose the type of question you want. It's either a short answer, paragraph, a multiple choice, checkbox, drop down. You can also choose a file upload, a linear scale, multiple choice grid, a checkbox grid, date, or time. For this sample, I'll be using multiple choice, and I'll add my first question using this questionnaire that I prepared using Google Doc. Once you added your first question, type in next the possible responses to your question. To prevent people from not answering, you can turn on required here at the bottom. Now, I want to show you the other options on the tools bar. Beside adding a question, you also have the option to import questions from other Google Forms. You can also add title and description. You can also add an image. And then you can also add videos, specifically YouTube videos. Lastly, you can add sections which can make your form easier to read and complete. You can organize your form by topic and then you can add up to 75 sections. If you need to move a question, you'll find here a button where you can simply hold and drag the question where you want it to be. You can also add a description to a question by clicking these three dots on the lower right corner and then description. Now, if you have the same format for your questions, you can use the duplicate option to make your life easier. Just click on this copy button below. If you need to delete a question, you can click on this trash button. Once you're done customizing your form, let's now link it to a spreadsheet where the data will be transferred. On top of the form title, you'll find responses. If you haven't linked it yet to any spreadsheet, you'll have a clickable text here on the right that says Link to Sheets. Otherwise, it will say View in Sheets. Now, select the destination for your responses. It's either you create a new spreadsheet or you select an existing spreadsheet that you're working on and then click Create. A new tab will open for the spreadsheet and it will show you in columns the questions you have from the form. One last thing you need to check before sharing your form are your settings. Under responses, you can choose whether you want to collect email addresses, send responders a copy of their response, you can allow response editing, or limit your users to one response. There's also a setting for making this a quiz and how you want to present the form. By the way, don't forget the title to your form and also make sure to add your form description. Also, if you want to customize the theme of your form, click the paint icon right here on the upper right corner to customize your theme. You can change the font styles and sizes, add an image as a header of your form, and change its color. If you want a preview of what your form will look like, just click on this eye icon on the upper right corner. Now that your form is ready, share the form by clicking the send button on the upper right corner. There are three different ways to share your form. First is by emailing the form directly. Add the email addresses you want to send the form to, along with the email subject and your message. Secondly, if you want to share a form through chat or email message, you can grab this link here. Lastly, if you want to embed a form on a website or blog, copy the HTML that appears here and then paste it.
Okay, great. So hope you got value from this tutorial from my virtual assistant. And this is a question that came about in my tech support membership about Google Forms. And I wanted to get my virtual assistant to create this tutorial for one of my members. Now, I want to cover when you can use Google Forms and when it's relevant. So there is different use cases which are relevant to you. Let's start with you being a coach. So if you're a coach, if you want to sell your high-ticket coaching online or high-ticket services online, if you're a freelancer, the best funnel to utilize in this particular circumstance is what's called an application funnel. Now, an application funnel simply means that there is multiple pages in the funnel. The first page is typically enter your name and email, and when they enter their name and email, they are basically requesting access to some sort of a case study or free training. Then it's going to go to the second page, which is the webinar or training page. And in that page, you're going to teach them something that is relevant to what they're doing and invite them to book a call with you, to book a discovery call. Now, in order to weed out any time wasters and not have you end up on different calls with people who may not be qualified to actually work with you, you want to utilize Google Forms to be able to have a series of questions to qualify them or pre-qualify them to make sure they're the right fit to potentially work with you. For example, you might ask questions about whether they have worked with a coach before. You might want to ask them what motivated them to book a call. You might want to ask them if they are looking to invest in high-ticket coaching or confirm that they understand there is a financial investment, a significant financial investment. You can also give them an indication of that. You can ask them about their goals, their challenges, how would their life change if they had X, Y, Z result. Things like that that are going to get the customer to really pre-qualify themselves and make sure that you're not just getting on a call with random people, but they're genuinely are interested in working with you and have some qualifications to make them able to even financially afford your services. So that is where you would use a Google form. And from there, once you approve the application and be like, yep, this person is good, you can then send them an email to let them know that here's a booking link and sign up to work with you. This is use case number one if you're a coach. Second use case for you if you're a coach is also if somebody actually then signed up to work with you, then what you're gonna do is you can give them a onboarding questionnaire where they submit a bunch of information about who they are, what they wanna achieve, and different information about their challenges and all that stuff. And you can do that in a Google form as the onboarding questionnaire for them working with you one-on-one. So that's another use case. Another use case you can do is with membership offboarding or customer feedback. So if somebody, for example, finished working with you, whether it was successful or unsuccessful, i.e. whether you finished delivering a coaching service or they have canceled the membership, you can then send them a Google form to ask them to give you feedback. And this is like a quality control type questionnaire that you would use Google form for. So that's three different use cases that I wanted to share with you, which you can definitely use Google Forms for. There's of course many other use cases that I probably haven't even thought about. But if you have some other ideas on how people can use Google Forms and how you're using Google Forms, leave a comment below and share it with me and the rest of the community. I'm sure we will all would love to learn from each other. So that's about it. Let me know that you got value from this. Just leave the word value if you don't have anything else to say. And also, if you could do me a favor, I've recently looked at my YouTube analytics and I've learned that over 82% of people who are watching my videos are not actually subscribed. So just so you know, it actually costs me over $1,000 a month to maintain and manage this YouTube channel, to produce the amount of videos that I produce, because I do produce a lot of videos and content. And it would mean the world to me if you can simply support me by subscribing to the channel, liking this video, and also leaving a comment. I would greatly appreciate that. If you want more tutorials like this, leave a comment below with what you wanted to learn from me as well. I'm happy to create more content as well. That's about it. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.